Oh, hey, guys, Professor Bill, Comic Book University, and Phoenix, Jean Grey, issue number 1. This is Generations, one and only. Now, first off, stay till the end, I got a theory. All right? And it's a sexy theory. Check this out. First off, Jean Grey was sent back in time. Now, this is funny. She said this is young Jean Grey. She's sent back in time to right before the Mastermind is able to trick Jean Grey, her older version, when she had the Phoenix power. So we're going way back in the early hundreds of the X-Men series, Uncanny X-Men. So that means that Jean Grey, when she was younger, put in a time way before this, goes back to that middle time, all right? Now, mind you, she's never met her older self. All of this is just through her interactions with other people, regular old people. Now, no, you don't have to read this before you read this week's issue of Jean Grey. Actually, the very next issue of this should come at around issue 8. So after you read this, read issue 8. But meanwhile, issue 5, I think, of Jean Grey just came out this week, so don't worry about all that. Anyway, she's sent back in time right before Mastermind corrupts her. She sees her older self isn't as masterful and unreachable as she would have thought. In fact, she seems mysterious for the simple reason that she cuts people off. She's got all sorts of problems, and she'd rather keep quiet about it as opposed to have conversations with people about it. So, in a sense, that kind of brings the level that we all know of Jean Grey down a bit, but for this Jean Grey, this younger Jean Grey, it brings her own self-confidence up drastically, because now she knows that she's going to be able to reach that level of perfection and more. You know, like, it's a huge confidence boost. She knows that her older self doesn't have her crap all together. She doesn't have to be at this level of where she thinks that she's supposed to be. She doesn't have to reach that by this time, truck. So it's actually really good for her self-confidence, and I'm more than happy at seeing that. So Jean doesn't give in to telling her older self. This is actually sorry, taking notes, but essentially, oh wow, I didn't realize I can get live things on here. Sorry guys. Anyway, Jean Grey, she gets to this point later on where you get to see how unbelievably powerful that she is, how unbelievably powerful the Phoenix Force is, because she goes head-to-head with Galactus. Now, Galactus is actually more powerful than her, and I'm actually surprised at this. I really am. Galactus is powerful, but I seen the in-betweener just about kick his butt in the middle of a black hole one time. I mean, so yeah, he's not that darn powerful, but regardless. Anyway, so she goes head-to-head, Galactus is winning, but then Jean Grey herself shows up. And Galactus thinks that it's actually 2 Phoenixes. He's like, all right, I'm out of here. And this was back in the day when Terrax was actually his herald. So, mwah, excellent job for how this was done. Now, all my papers are flying all over the place. It's a beautiful day here, guys. But what happens now is that Galactus decides to leave. He shows respect, and he just jets. And he's basically saving face, like, I can't face 2 Phoenixes. He wouldn't have had to. He would have won this. It was insane. But I love it. So, anyway, what happens here, I hear you, true mate. So what happens here now is that everything kind of stops. At least Phoenix stops. Everything in the universe seems to stop. Jean Grey is stuck in her own mind somehow, and a Watcher shows up. He says he's the Watcher. Now, this looks like Uatu, so this looks like Uatu. I hope it is Uatu. This is where I get into my theory part in a moment, because this Watcher shows up and says, listen, right now, I'm the Watcher, and I always see over the most pivotal moments in this Marvel universe. So, right now is one of those pivotal moments. Now, at the same time, this is in the past, so this could be Uatu. He is the Watcher for the Earth, and he could just be looking over and saying, you know, hey, I'm here anyway. But my theory is I'm really hoping that Uatu isn't dead, or at least that there's a new Watcher who's going to show up. Because the Earth needs a Watcher, man. You can't go unwatched. All these pivotal moments, right? Like Secret Empire. Who's watching Secret Empire? Oh my God, we're the Watcher. Or is it just Stan Lee? Either way, so here's what we get to see. She makes the decision to not tell her future self, Phoenix, of what to look out for. That Mastermind is tricking her. That dude over there was actually Mastermind, and he's going to mess her up, and the Dark Phoenix saga, and she's going to destroy a star, which will destroy a star system that belong to the Shi'ar Empire, and it's going to forever change the face of the Marvel Universe, whether Chris Claremont likes it or not, and boom, there you go. So, that being the case, dude, that was actually kind of cool. So it's kind of like a very Zen Buddhist moment, Indian Buddhist moment, very Hindu type moment where you've actually got the concept that relaxing and taking the path of least resistance, not fighting against it, not trying to change the universe, because this really would change the universe, the multiverse, essentially. Not trying to change anything and simply accepting that what's going to happen, what will be, kind of frees her. And Uatu actually says, you made the right decision. He actually says that. And that's pretty cool, because he usually doesn't. I think Nova's the only person he ever had a real sit down with, right? So, and he only said like what his favorite color is or something to that effect. So that's really it. Again, I don't know how all these people are getting sent back in time, but it's a beautiful thing. It's a I just had one of the guys tell me, sorry about the horrible weather. Guys, it's freaking beautiful out here. But I'm going to give this comic an A-. All right, this was such an amazing issue. It doesn't need a part 2. It doesn't. Generations, it's all going to be a bunch of one-shots, and if they keep doing it like this, it's gorgeous. I can't wait to see who is sending these people back. I'm kind of hoping it's Uatu, because that would just be great. But either way, guys, I'm going to end this right now. Professor Bill, Comic Book University, class dismissed.